What's up guys, Silver here with another Halo Infinite Achievement Guide. This time we're doing two at once. We're doing Outpost Discovery, which is complete a Banished Outpost, and Bunker Buster, which is complete all 7 Banished Outposts. So as you can see from that description, there are only 7 Banished Outposts that you need to take down to get both of these achievements. You come across these throughout the open world as you play through the main campaign, and you don't need to touch these or do anything with these at all. They are completely optional, so you can make it all the way through the campaign without having completed these. But you can also do them while you're completing the main campaign as well. It's totally up to you when you tackle these. For the purposes of this video, I'm doing this after completing the main campaign, where you're set back into the open world to wrap up any loose ends, complete any objectives that you didn't originally when you first went through the game. So since they're all available to me, since I already completed the campaign, I'm just going to tackle the one up at the northmost point, the first, which is Armory of Reckoning, and then I'm going to work my way down and then to the right. So Armory of Reckoning is the first one. The objective in this one is to destroy 3 ammo printers, so that's the only objective for this one. 3 ammo printers. There's 2 above ground, and then there's 1 also underground, so that one's a little more difficult to navigate to if you don't know what you're looking for. But if you're having trouble finding out what you need to be doing, you could always just use the scan function, and that will kind of ping the whole area that you're in, and it will light up anything that you need to actually be doing. Any of your objectives will light up when you do that. So if you use that function in this Banished Outpost, it will actually light up the 3 ammo printers that you need to destroy. So you'll see that 2 are on the surface and 1 is down below the ground. So we're going to have to find a way to get down below the ground, which we could do by going towards the shield door and destroying the power source to that shield door that's keeping it in place. Destroy that. That will get the door shield to collapse, and then you can move through it, move through the tunnels, and get that 3rd and final ammo printer down below. Once you do that, it will finish this mission, and you will be able to move on to the next one, which is Horn of Abolition. So for this one, the first thing you need to do when you get into this base is you probably want to ping your scan function so you can see which building you need to go to. But you want to go to that building, and you want to enter it from the top. There is a ramp that leads to the top of this building, and then also a ramp that leads through the roof down into the base itself. And you could actually hit the controls in here to end the lockdown, and that will open up the other buildings in this area. Once you do that, you want to navigate to this building over here that has a couple turrets on the ceiling. So it's a little dangerous once you do get in here. There is a power source you could take out to take out the turrets, or you could just blow up the turrets manually the old-fashioned way by beating them to death, or shooting them to death, or sticking them with grenades. A lot of ways to destroy these things. And once it's safe enough, you could actually hit the controls in here, which will expose the power cells that you need to destroy. So once you hit these controls, which you could do at any point, you could see that you don't need to kill any enemies. It's probably beneficial if you're having a rough time, getting in there and getting out without dying. You probably want to take your time and kill some enemies, but you don't need to kill any enemies in any of these Banished bases. It's just recommended to kill at least some of them to make your life a little bit easier when you're running in and out of these places. But feel free to just run up to the controls and then run back out if you feel like you could do it. I should have mentioned earlier, you could do this on any difficulty. I'm on easy right now, but we're going to go up to the top of the roof here, and you could actually take out 3 of the 4 power cells from the roof. So just shoot at these big bright lights when you hit that scan function. These 4 power cells are all kind of facing a different direction on top of this tower. So we'll take out the 3 that we could actually see from the roof here, and then we could actually just jump over and out of the base entirely. So just hop the fence, and then you'll be safe from all the enemies shooting at you. But meanwhile, if you back up enough, you could actually easily see the power cell that remains and take that out, blow it up, and that will be the end of the Horn of Abolition. We can now move on to the Forge of Teash. So the Forge of Teash has 5 silos that we need to destroy, and also we need to sabotage 4 repair bays. So the silos are basically big cylindrical pillars that are, to begin with, they're up above the ground, but once they see that you're in the area, they lower them down into the ground to protect them, because you're there to blow them up, basically, so they don't want that. So what you do is, once they do go down underground, you could take out 1 or 2 before they go underground, but for the remainders that are hidden underground at this point, you need to go up to them, and there's just a control panel kind of right next to them, so you could just activate that. That will raise it up out of the ground, and then you could either shoot a rocket at it, you could stick it with a spike grenade or a plasma grenade, or you could shoot your gun at it, whatever you need to do to blow it up. So there's 5 of those you need to take care of, and then once you do that, you can focus on sabotaging the 4 repair bays, where all you need to do is go into these buildings and then just go up behind the machinery over here and kind of just rip it open and punch it, and that will deactivate these, what looks like these machines, these robots that kind of work on cars, but the modern version 500 years in the future. And you could actually sabotage these repair bays before you do the silos, or you could kind of mix them in together. It doesn't matter what order you do these things in for this base. Once you complete the Forge of Teash, we will head down to the Redoubt of Sundering. Here we need to destroy 3 restraint generators, which is basically the restraints that are holding the Marines in place. So you basically need to rescue 3 groups of Marines. And be careful because there is a chieftain at each of these with a turret. So I'm going to avoid most of that nonsense by just kind of taking it out quickly from afar and then running to the next one. But on higher difficulties, this will be a lot more difficult. So higher difficulties, you will need to kind of go slower and take out more enemies before doing this. But on easy, you could actually just run past most of the enemies like I'm doing here. But anyway, after you take out the 3rd of 3 restraint generators, then you could head to the building in the back of the base here, and this will have the squad leader. So we have to go up to the cell that the squad leader is being held in. Watch out because there is a hammer chieftain in here. So again, you can see I'm kind of just messing with him on easy, but on higher difficulties, he will be doing a lot more damage, so you will have to be a little more tactical than I am here. But head up to the cell the squad leader is being held in, and then you could deactivate it, and that will be a wrap on Redoubt of Sundering. Next up is Ransom Keep, which is actually the first of the outposts that you're able to get to when you're playing through the campaign. It's the first area that has an outpost, but we're doing it 5th here because we're just going in order of the map, how they're laid out. Similar to Forge of Teash that had 5 silos, this one has 4 silos, and it works exactly the same. You need to take them all out, but before you get to the base, they're all exposed, so you can take 1 or 2 out before you get there. And then once you do get there, the ones that you haven't taken out yet, you have to rise up or get them to get raised up by going up to the controls, activating them, and then they'll rise up out of the ground. Shoot them, destroy them however you want. Once you do that, you have to sabotage 2 repair bays, so you do need to do these in order. In Forge of Teash, you had to do the 5 silos and 4 repair bays in any order, but for Ransom Keep, you had to destroy the 4 silos first, and then you have the ability to go destroy the 2 repair bays. So I'll destroy the first repair bay that has a tank in here as well, so you could use this tank if you want. But the second repair bay actually gave me a lot of problems. I could not find the door control to open up this door to get to the second repair bay for the longest time. For a few playthroughs, I could not find it. I thought my game was glitched, actually, for a while. But the power source to this door shield is actually right above the door itself, kind of hidden behind the catwalks a little bit. But just destroy this power source, take down that shield door, and then you could go in there and sabotage this final repair bay, and that will bring an end to Ransom Keep. Next up is Annex Ridge, and this one is pretty easy, a pretty quick one. All you need to do is go down here where they're studying the ring structures in the pit here. You want to go into the base, so you could kind of tunnel your way under the base. You'll go up a grav lift, and then you will go to a computer console, and you'll bypass the Banished network. Go up to the computer and activate it, basically. You don't need to know exactly what you're doing. That's what the weapon's for. She'll do everything. And then when you do that, it will open up the doors in one of the buildings on the opposite side of the outpost here. So use your scan function if you don't know where that is. You'll see that you need to go to this building in the corner of the outpost, and there's some controls in here. Hit those controls, and it will expose 1 silo, and that's all we need to do to finish this base off is destroy that 1 silo, and we can move on to the next and final outpost, Riven Gate. So for Riven Gate, there are 3 controls that we need to hit, which will lower the gates. 1 is found in a building, and 2 are found in the big gates themselves. So the first one here is in a big gate. Then we'll go up, and kind of in the middle of the area is this building that has a Banshee in it. But there's a door shield blocking our way, so we need to go into the nearby sniper tower to hit these controls first that are powering the door. Afterwards, you could head inside and activate the second set of controls associated with the objective that powers the gates. And then the third and final one is in the other gate that we hit. We don't need to do these in any order, so you could just hit these 3 in any order you want to, however you approach them, and then at that point there will be a final objective that pops up, which will be destroy the generator. So we have to go up into a Banished building on the other side of the trench here that we were when we hit those second controls. There's another building on the other side of the trench that has the generator itself that powers this whole operation. We're going to take that out, and once we do, the achievement for getting all 7 outposts out of commission will pop. That is the last one. Again, remember that you could always hit the scan function if you don't know where you are. If you get turned around, you're lost. Hit that scan function. It'll show you your current objectives that you need to go activate or punch or blow up, whatever you need to do. But that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. If you found that video helpful, be sure to click on the scorpion icon to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. You can also check out some related guides by clicking on the videos on screen, and you can find links in the description for other social media links of mine. Stay tuned for more Halo guides, and I'll see you in the next one.